Well, people don't take turns, let somebody in, let somebody in, no, everybody's slicking their mouth. But, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to have 6 days. Told, only one lane, and they just built them, so that's a great thing. I mean, I've been going down there early morning, and I know it's rush hour, and you're backed up to it. I just like sitting.
Can we get the air on?
Yeah, I think so, but I have to ask. Lisa? Lisa? The air conditioning? Please.
Or fan? Thank you. Yeah.
Which one
What? I'm going through the changes.
okay, I just
Please wait.
is that the wire one?
Yeah, I never touched the air conditioning on. You know how to turn the air conditioning on?
I feel it.
No, it's not.
Something's on, not something's coming down.
We didn't pay the bill.
Yeah, right. We have solar. Give me the crap.
Okay, we own 12.3 acres. Sean next door owns a postage stamp lot.
It's way down.
Don't even think it's half an acre. He's been after us for a long time to buy a little corner of our lot,
It's way up the hill.
which is sort of way up on the north end of our property. And this is just our applications for permission to sell this corner to the house next door. It's still, total, I think your figures had, it's still under 2.5 acres, so you can't build anything else on it.
Plus there's power lines
There's power lines through it. He just wants to expand his property because there's no land around it at all. So there's no issue with septic, there's no issue with the well because it's an existing house.
So this is a minor re-subdivision?
Yeah. We're just moving the lot line, our lines from one point to another.
Yeah, everybody else does lot line adjustments in Hurley. By definition, a re-subdivision, it's a little more onerous.
I remember at the last meeting, you don't like the lot line adjustment.
We're hoping for an amendment to that.
Curves and so on.
So I can we just walk us through the
Would be treated as a minor subdivision, secret unlisted action. As the applicants have mentioned, even with the adjustment, the neighbors purchasing that property, the lot will still be less than 2.5 acres, but it's significantly more than it was. It's going here on 0.6 acres and 1.847 acres. So that's a positive thing. McEwen's lot will go from 12.34 acres to 11 acres. So that remains compliant. The lots meet the minimum. McEwen lot will continue to meet the minimum lot size requirement. Clear's property will become less non-conforming. Each of the properties has access frontage plus your road, and each lot already has a home with existing septic and well. So it's my recommendation to classify it as secret unlisted action. And the town of Hurley is the only involved agency on this one, so by default part of the lead agency. So I recommend that you classify it as an unlisted action. Designate yourself lead agency and schedule this matter for a public hearing.
You need a motion for that?
Well, I would like to request that someone make a motion to classify as an unlisted action and designating the planning board as the lead agency.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, now I request a motion to send this to final public hearing.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
So
We have, what's the earlier public hearing? We're
7:05, we said, so 7:08.
Yeah, that's right. That seems to work, right? 3 minutes, okay.
And then if we go over, we're not.
Yeah, then that's fine, let's do that then.
It's just our next meeting, the public hearing.
Whatever. Okay.
Our next month public hearing.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. All right. Well, wait, we're into that section, yeah, that's all business, so. Yeah, I think we should, let's, good, we'll convene, then we'll go to. Okay, Quinn, Lisa, you wanna come back up? Okay, thanks for your patience. We got some of the other things off that didn't take a lot of time rather than have them sit through several lengthy discussions for larger projects. I appreciate your understanding. So, as far as the site visit, when we were out there, and I apologize I couldn't stay when everybody went deeper into the property, Carl Bruckner, the chairman, did provide a handwritten list of some issues he would like addressed, some questions, which was only given to me this evening just prior to the meeting, but I would be sure that you will get a copy of this. I see what you have indicated on the plan as far as the parking. Given what I saw on the site, this is, in my opinion, it's not feasible. And what I'm going to do is, at this point, I have my own concerns about it, but I'm going to defer to the planning consultant, who can offer a more succinct explanation of why it's not feasible. Alan, I'm going to ask you to comment on this.
Yeah, each of the parking spaces has to have access to a driveway or an aisle. So the way the parking spaces are laid out, you almost have it laid out like a valet parking. Or, so if a car is 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 were parked, and cars 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 parked behind them, those vehicles couldn't get out. So it just needs to be reconfigured in such a way that each vehicle has access to the driveway to be able to get into and out of the parking space. And also make sure that the vehicles have a place to maneuver where they can back out on your property and then be able to pull out onto Morgan Hill Road. Because we don't want any vehicles backing out onto Morgan Hill Road. So you just got to reconfigure that parking area so the vehicles can park fully on your property, be able to maneuver in and out of the parking spaces on your property, and be able to turn around on your property and pull out of the facility. I think you have sufficient area to do so. It just needs to be shown on the map, and when we
Do you have the previous
version of the map handy? Because we're happy to revert to that one. In fact, this was just done today, just completed as an alternate. And Don Brewer, who did it, and Steve, who did it, both thought that this would be acceptable. If it's not, then we're happy to revert to the one that we already have.
Yeah, with that one, it's gonna be just a matter of pulling those spaces a little further to the top of that map that you see there.
Mm-hmm.
So the vehicles have enough space to, you need 24 feet behind the spaces, so the vehicle can back out safely and turn around.
We're happy to do that.
So you understand what you're saying, basically your driveway's gotta be 24 feet, spaces have to be 9 by 18, which I think we addressed at a previous
Yep.
meeting.
Yeah.
My concern with this layout, or the one that was brought in this evening, is a question that county had brought up and that I have some concerns about, and it seems to have been left somewhat unaddressed on the map, is internal circulation. I don't see any drivable lane to the back portions of the property that emergency service vehicles can access. With this configuration, I see that actually, if vehicles are parked there, the entire walking lane going past the shed or garage is eliminated. So you wouldn't even be able to walk it if the vehicles were all parked in those spaces. I guess other than going through the discharge aisle for the accessible parking.
We take vehicles back this way all the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
that really needs to be indicated so we can understand how the internal
Sure.
circulation
Okay.
is
So you want-
configured on the plan.
You want there to be some sort of indication there.
Yeah, it does need to be accessible. It's probably not even a bad idea to, make sure it's plotted out. I don't think there's really any issues with grades, but if there's rock outcroppings or anything that's could possibly inhibit access of emergency service vehicles, it needs to be indicated. Okay, getting into, before we get into the crux of Alan's review, I want to just go over some of these points, or the points that Carl Bruckner wrote after his site visit. And I'm not going to ask you to answer every question as I'm reading it. Let me go through it, and then we'll kind of address it point by point. So his first point was that there are supposed to be only 2 tent platforms. There are 3. And he felt that relative to the site plan, one would have to come down, or the site plan would have to be amended, incorporating an additional tent platform and whatever use is going to be associated with that relative to your application. He also had, Mr. Levine told us he did all the work on site without building permits, so he wrote down that we need that the building permit process has been filed, permits for all the work, electrical inspections associated with the electrical work, Board of Health approval as applicable. The delivery system for the portable toilets, and he had a question about that, where does the outside shower drain to? Question 3, by his calculations, 13 parking spaces are needed, show ample room for the cars to turn around as Alan addressed and be able to go out of Morgan Hill Road forward instead of backing up. So his calculations were 8 spaces for customers / clients, 2 for the teachers, 2 for the homeowner, and 1 for a caterer. That would be a total of 13. Cut all brush and trees to allow for the proper site visit to get onto Morgan Hill Road. We discussed that. He suggested or would like as a condition no use of our meditation gong after 10 p.m. Extra camping tents. He would like some information on how many you're expecting or what limitation you're going to put on that. Lighting throughout the walkways he felt was not satisfactory. Access to the sleeping tents and meditation tent is not satisfactory for fire and emergency rescue personnel, which is kind of showing the access road that we just discussed. Will propane be used in the meditation tent? And will this tent be used for sleeping? Also, he wants to know what the generator is for and when will it be used. Number 10, he felt, he stated there was a large amount of mildew on the meditation tent. 11, is this business doctor prescribed? If so, is there a safety problem or safety protocol associated with that? 12, will there be other campfires other than the one designated place? 13, because many changes and a lack of some specific details, it's possible we're needed a revised or a new site plan detailing the parking. We'll kind of discuss that, and perhaps be sent to the Ulster County Planning Board. And also, Ulster County Planning Board has to be notified of the variance given by the ZBA for this project, which I think you were made aware of once before. So what I'd like to do is I will get a copy of this to you, and I would like you to consider these questions as we did with the last list, and then, give you time to formulate the answers as appropriate. Is that acceptable to you?
Yep.
So, here, please, just take this. You know what, you can take this. I'll give you another copy. Or you can either scan it or give me a copy back or whatever, but I'd like to have a copy of that for my file. Okay, so let me go through Alan's most recent review. Okay, Ulster County Planning Board issued a required modification to the review letter dated July 3rd. The ability of emergency responders, if adequately accessed structures on site, will need to be verified. Any fire pits are proposed or open burning is to be conducted on site will need to conform to the New York State DEC regulations. So on the amended plan, I believe that really this is going to have to be clearly defined and delineated, the emergency service access as well as the locations of the fire pits. When the time comes for the conditions of approval, I'd also like to see something that a statement from you that the DEC regulations will be complied with, and also, for example, like typically when you're going to burn, I'd like to have some time elements associated with that.
That would be good on the plan.
Yeah, in fact, if there's note on the plan, it would be very, very beneficial. Okay, the grading for the parking, site plan, grading plan should be submitted. So as far as the grading plan, then we're going to need to see some indication of the fill associated with the driveway, access to the back, and the parking. Parking, Ulster County Department of Health approvals should be discussed. So, see, where are we at with the health department approvals? I mean, they're going to issue a written approval of this, I'm assuming.
For what now?
For, well, I'm going to guess for both the use. I mean, food preparation was, has a quite, you already spoke to Denise, and she
that's
said that was
resolved.
a non-issue. If you have anything from her, that'd be great. In terms of, I guess, the sanitary privies and the use itself.
Right, the sanitary privies, they said, have that in writing, I think Glenn has a copy of that from months ago, that they are not going to be involved in that, and nor with any other septic activity on the property.
Okay, so really then,
There's no Ulster County Health Department
there's
septic
no written approval required.
involvement, and if you need documentation of that, I can.
No, I believe it. Well, if the sanitary issues out, and the food issues out, doesn't really leave a lot left.
If it's under 5 units, then it's not regulated by the health department as a camp,
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
or the health, New York State health.
So as far as the water supply, they're not involved either then, Glenn, is that correct? Glenn? The water supply?
As long as it's nothing new, so if it's, as is my understanding, yeah, if it's outhouses or something like that, then it's not a new use. If they bring water into a building that's not previously existing, then it would be.
Okay, so another recommendation here is approval of the federal wetland general permit should be required as a condition of approval, which I'm sure we'll do. It's pretty much routine protocol. Town will need to submit proposal to review to the local fire district, which we will. The fire chief and perhaps some of his district members may want to do a site visit for access for emergency service vehicles. And if they find it satisfactory, they will let us know, probably give it to us already. It would be beneficial for everyone. Detailed landscaping plan will need to be provided for the town's review. Are you proposing landscaping?
No.
You're not? Okay. That's it, right? Yeah. Okay, so Lisa will provide you with Carl's questions. Is this going back to county for the area variance?
It went.
went.
I
It went.
believe, I don't know what the decision was.
Okay, so county hasn't, we didn't receive county comments back from the ZBA, didn't?
I will check that.
All right, can you find out the status of that, please? So we should receive, bring Lisa next month. So if you got this list of questions in the next couple of days, you address these concerns, let's say you received them in the next 48 hours or so, is enough time for you to email them? Well, Carl's list.
I gave them.
I have a copy of
Okay,
it.
can you revise the maps and have revise the map and have it submitted, and you want to come in next month?
Yeah,
Is that enough time?
Yeah,
Okay.
And Alan's report as well, will we get a copy of that?
yeah, all of those, that report, we have, you'll
Lisa,
see
you can
that.
provide that? So we'll see you next month. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I don't know that it's regular. But
Really?
if it is, it would be something like a license jurisdiction.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll ask him.
You would know, probably.
I mean, I see one thing personally. You think the tenant would have to meet a certain fire rate? For business. Yeah, I'll ask him, you know, maybe one of those things, oh, we don't care, don't worry about it. I'll ask him. I've seen they use it for business. Some kind of-
Membrane structure, temporary structure, or.
Well, I understand that. Oh, you live in Wentworth. Order.